Well, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE SmackDown Live Review, the show from April 30th, 2019. They were in Columbus, Ohio. Your commentators, as usual, were Tom Phillips, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton. So let's get to the show, folks. And by the way, folks, when I did my Impact Wrestling review, where it pertains to the Impact Rebellion 2019 results, I did watch the video back, and by the looks of it, based on for me doing it from my laptop, the laptop I've been using to do my live stream, to do a live stream again, it didn't come out well. I'm still gonna keep it on there because at least I got that out of the way. Wasn't perfect, but at least I got out of the way, and hopefully y'all take a light to watch it and to hear my thoughts about the pay-per-view itself from Impact Wrestling. But again, ignore the era of how it was. It is what it is. My laptop, unfortunately, I got a new laptop. Basically a separate laptop for me to do live videos, and then I actually have this laptop to do other things too as well. So yeah. Either way. So hopefully I'll get to that during the summer. But in the meantime, let's get to the show. Just want to get it out of the way. So also want to get out of the way too, where it pertains to, I am not going to be doing any live streams until I get me a new laptop. So once I get myself a new laptop, I'll go right back doing live streaming. So yeah, there you go. And unfortunately, I can't do it with my mobile phone because it's not allowing me to do it. So unfortunately, and that's how I always do it too. By the way, folks, where it pertains to doing live streaming on YouTube. It's on my mobile phone, but unfortunately, it's not letting me do that no more. So there's nothing I can do about that. But anyways, let's get to the show itself. So we get Michael Cole on the show from Raw. He's introducing WWE champion Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston comes out. He starts throwing pancakes into the crowd. And this is why I can't get behind Kofi Kingston as WWE champion, because he's still doing the New Day thing with the pancakes and the colors of the New Day. This is why I can't get behind Kofi Kingston as WWE champion. Again, folks, I try to give Kofi Kingston the benefit of the doubt, but I can't do it, folks. I cannot fucking do it. Good for Kofi Kingston being WWE champion. I'm very happy for him, but at the same time, I can't get behind New Day Kofi Kingston. That's not the Kofi Kingston I was a fan of. But basically, Michael Cole was talking about Kofi Kingston's congratulations by basically being WWE champion, and saying for 11 years of your journey and all that, where it culminated at WrestleMania 35 of being WWE champion. And Michael Cole basically saying, he went up all against the odds and all that. Where it pertains to Elimination Chamber, where it pertains to SmackDown's Gauntlet matches, and where it pertains to finally getting the title shot, to finally be the WWE champion and everything. And then he shows replay of Rapid WrestleMania. And then Kofi Kingston talks about the highs and lows of his career, but at the end of the day, he kept on fighting, and now he's proud to say that he has won the WWE Championship by his side with his brothers, Big E and Xavier Woods, New Day. Basically, he said he couldn't do it without New Day, and I was like, exactly my point. Kofi Kingston couldn't do it without New Day being there with him. Without New Day, Kofi Kingston will never ever have been WWE champion, folks. Despite the fact that Randy Orton fucked that up back in 2009, with the whole stupid comment during that match. Despite all that, Kofi Kingston should have been WWE champion a long fucking time ago. Like CM Punk said, Kofi Kingston should have been WWE champion a long fucking time ago if it wasn't for Randy Orton's bullshit. Well, because the whole New Day thing that they got over with, and then where it tends to him getting this push after Mustafa Ali got hurt. So yeah, now all of a sudden, we can go with Kofi Kingston because now he got over. He should have been that type of wrestler to be over without the New Day stick. That's my opinion. And Michael Cole saying it was magical that Kofi Kingston has become the WWE champion, and he kept saying the WWE every time. At this point, I was like, let's have a drinking game for this one. Every time Michael Cole kept saying the WWE, the way he says it too, he sounds like he sounds like a nerd when he says that too. Saying the WWE, the WWE this, the WWE that, the WWE, WWE, WWE. It was comical, but still, if I can need to do a drinking game for that. But anyways, so Kofi Kingston says that he wants to challenge Kevin Owens for what Kevin Owens did for betraying the New Day at Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship. So that's gonna be Kofi Kingston's first title run. Well, besides Seth Rollins, the whole winner take all thing that happened on Raw, which most people probably forgot about that, but some people wanted to forget about that based on how WWE booked that show. But but basically, it's gonna be I guess you could say it's his first feud run of the champion. That fast, right?
Yep.
And I'm back, folks. My apologies for that. I had to do laundry. Well, I was doing laundry. I had to get the clothes out. It happened too quickly, but basically so. I was on my second load, and ready to finish quickly. But I'm back now. So back to the whole thing with Kofi Kingston, where he got his everything that he got, and what pertains to facing Kevin Owens at at Money in the Bank. So Kevin Owens comes out, and Kevin Owens basically let Kofi Kingston know that how Kofi isn't championship material, and for most of us, yes, because he's New Day, Kofi Kingston. He's not the Kofi Kingston that we should be taken seriously. How can we take New Day Kofi Kingston seriously as WWE champion? Hopefully they'll get away from that, But at that time, basically, it'll be too late anyways, folks. So, all of a sudden, Xavier Woods attacks Kevin Owens from behind. And then Kevin Owens drops him down with a super kick. Kofi Kingston runs out there to go after Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens runs away, and he takes on Xavier Woods, and that was it. And that was the opening of SmackDown. I thought it was alright. The opening of SmackDown was alright. And Kofi Kingston held his own, with a chance to him cutting the promo, being interviewed by Michael Cole. So, nothing else to say about that. We get Bayley versus Becky Lynch. We were in a match I thought it was pretty decent between Becky Lynch and Bayley. And the match had Becky Lynch go over on Bayley. After the match, Charlotte Flair goes to hit Becky Lynch with a cheap shot after the match, and there you go. And Charlotte Flair, I didn't care at all. But she also lays out Bayley as well, laying on both women's. So that was basically it for that. Now I may have missed this, but I'll go back to watch it so I could give my analysis of itself. Of it, what pertains to Aleister Black, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I just watched the promo of Aleister Black, and his promo was about his own terms of the definition of the meaning of fear. And he described it in his own way of what fear means to Aleister Black. And again, he was in a dark room, and he's in he's wearing a dark outfit, obviously. Either way, folks, with Aleister Black, they could have him be a heel face with this persona. Either way, he's going to get over with it. Basically, he ends by saying "fade to black." That's his one of his catchphrases that he uses from NXT. So yeah, look forward to see what they do with Aleister Black on SmackDown. And nothing else to say about that other than let's see what happens. Now, this is the character I can get into with a chance to Aleister Black, except for the Bray Wyatt repackage of him being the Pee Wee Herman. So we get the Hardy Boys coming out. because the story here with the Hardy Boys being the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jeff Hardy is unfortunately is hurt. He was on a crutch. He needs surgery on his leg, and they had to let go of the belts. And they were interviewed in the ring by Killer Braxton. And when they come back, basically when Jeff Hardy comes back, the Hardy Boys will climb back on top of the mountain again to reign as SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Also, Lars Sullivan comes out. So Lars Sullivan comes out. He attacks Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy tries to escape at one point. Matt Hardy gets beaten up again by Lars Sullivan. Jeff Hardy tries to defend himself with the crutch in his hand and everything. R-Truth comes in, goes with a steel chair to the back of Lars Sullivan. At this point now, Jeff Hardy ends up getting out of the ring. And then Lars Sullivan, basically, he got hit with a steel chair from behind by R-Truth. He basically was no effect to Lars Sullivan. R-Truth tries it again, only for Lars Sullivan punches the chair out of R-Truth's hand, and he gives him the beatdown that he deserves. And then Corey Graves on commentary is saying that Lars Sullivan is not like most men. Like how Nia Jax is not like most girls, Lars Sullivan is not like most men. There you go. But there you go. Lars Sullivan once again dominate again. But when's he gonna have a match? I mean, when's he ever gonna have a match? You know that. But we'll see what happens for that. We get an announcement on SmackDown for the superstars that's going to be part of Money in the Bank. That's going to join along with Raw wrestlers, Lars Sullivan. I mean, not Lars Sullivan. Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, and Constipated Corbin. So we get Randy Orton, Mustafa Ali, Andrade Cien Almas, and Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor from the SmackDown portion of these wrestlers going into the Money in the Bank ladder match. So yeah, now we got 8 wrestlers are not part of the match, and they even had to qualify. Wait for the sirens to pass by. So yeah, I'll get to the women's later on. Then we get to Asuka and Kairi Sane versus these 2 enhancement talents. I don't remember their names, but I thought they were decent in the match. Basically, were pertains to being fed to Asuka and Kairi Sane, the new tag team that being managed by Paige. But yeah, cons were on commentary, and I thought on commentary they were pretty entertaining. And some people might disagree, but that's your opinion. But my opinion is I thought they were entertaining on commentary. And in the end, Asuka and Kairi Sane ends up going over. As it should. And then Paige gets in there to try to take all the glory by raising both of their hands up. Because that's what Paige is now. Fuck Paige. And there you go. We go backstage. And we see Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose talking about one of the 2 is going to be part of the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And Mandy Rose insisted for Sonya Deville to be in the match instead of her. And then Sonya Deville was like, no, you should be in the match because she wants her to do some unfinished business of what happened back at Fastlane. And I'm like, wow, continuity there. And Mandy Rose was pleased with that, and they hugged it out. And yeah, there you go. Hopefully this doesn't lead to them breaking up at the end of the day, because I still want to see Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose going up against Asuka and Kairi Sane. Because with the whole Paige involvement thing, with the whole Absolution connection they had before, I want to see where that goes. Despite how I feel about Paige, I want to see where that goes. So hopefully that doesn't lead to Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville breaking up. But yeah, Mandy Rose is who's been added into the match for the women's Money in the Bank with potential for the SmackDown women's. I'll get to more of the women's that are also a part of it too once we get to it. So so then we get Roman Reigns coming out. He comes out to address why he did to Vince McMahon or what he did. So he gets on the microphone and says you only get one shot at making first impression. Basically, what pertains to him going to leaving Raw to go to SmackDown. And basically, he said it could have been anyone else that was that he could have done it to. And this man was not part of that plan, but he decided to do it anyways because he wanted to show that everyone he's still the big dog, and that SmackDown, with him being part of it, is his yard now. So Shane McMahon comes out to interrupt. Shane McMahon basically tells Greg Hamilton first to do a short best in the world intro or whatever, and he did. And Shane McMahon reminds Roman Reigns that the McMahon family owns the land. Yeah, the McMahons owe everything around the world too. But Roman Reigns says that no, your daddy owns the land. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon owns the world too, right? And basically, Roman Reigns told Shane McMahon Okay. So Roman Reigns said after he said about Vince McMahon owning the land, but that he had him on his back while Roman Reigns was on his 2 feet. So Shane McMahon decided to mark Roman Reigns of striking the natural treasure. No, this man's not a natural treasure. So Roman Reigns decided to challenge Shane McMahon to come into the ring. And Shane McMahon is like he would love to do it, but he needs to train for his match at Money in the Bank instead of the steel cage match against The Miz. So he's not gonna do it. But he has someone else to do it instead. And of all people he has to do it, it's the B team. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. And then with a special referee enforcer of the match was Elias. So we get a handicap match between Roman Reigns versus the B team. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel with Elias being the special guest enforcer, while Mike Chioda is the referee of the match. Match happens, and basically, Roman Reigns had to overcome the odds, and he did, and he won. Not much to say about that, folks. Elias was trying to cheat, for the B team. So B teams are heels now. They were once baby faces, but now they're heels. Whatever. But Roman Reigns overcame the odds, and there you go. Because he's the big dog, and this is his yard now. SmackDown. Whatever. We see another, basically a recap of the segment of Firefly Funhouse of Bray Wyatt from Raw, with the whole painting the picture and everything, and introducing Rambling Rabbit. Moving on. We get Mustafa Ali and Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor versus Andrade Cien Almas, and Randy Orton being accompanied by Selena Vega, who represents to Andrade Cien Almas. And the match itself, the tag team match itself, was pretty good. Before the match though, Randy Orton did a promo about saying he's gonna win Money in the Bank, and yeah, there you go. Nothing to say about that. But yeah, match itself was pretty good. In the end, it was Andrade Cien Almas and Finn Balor winning, basically with Mustafa Ali going for the 450 splash onto Andrade Cien Almas, and Mustafa Ali gets the win for himself and Finn Balor. So yeah, so much for Andrade Cien Almas being a big star on SmackDown, being a Latino star, and he's fucking losing. So Randy Orton gets in the ring after the match was over, attacking Finn Balor with an RKO out of nowhere. Mustafa Ali ends up kicking him out of the ring, beating him up and everything. Randy Orton gets out of the ring and all that, and Mustafa Ali was trying to get back in the ring and all that. And yeah, so I'm assuming there's gonna be a feud somewhere down the line between Mustafa Ali and Randy Orton in the near future, at the Money in the Bank basically. But we'll see. And I do see Mustafa Ali at one point is going to cost Randy Orton winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. But we'll see how that turns out. Sarah, how do you say her last name again? Sarah Snarupper. Backstage, where it takes to the final two women's to be part of the Money in the Bank ladder match. She introduces the Phenom, Ember Moon. Ember Moon starts cutting a promo, and she didn't sound like she was a Phenom to me when she was cutting a promo, or the way she was acting too. But then we see Carmella interrupting, and Carmella saying something about that she's gonna win the women's Money in the Bank again. That she did the first time and the second time, and she's gonna say, and she says in the end by saying that Mella is money, which no, Mella ain't money. Mella was never money in the first place. So I guess Carmella is playing the heel now. I guess she's done with R-Truth. Whatever. So yeah, you got Mandy Rose, the Phenom, Ember Moon, the Fabulous Diva, I guess you could say that's what she is, Carmella, and I'm trying to remember who was the last woman that was announced. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, Bailey. I think it was Bailey. I gotta find out about that, but I'm assuming it was I'm assuming Bailey is also that final participant. I'll find out after this one. I'm about to come to the end of this review. With this, the Kevin Owens show, which they were advertising that it was gonna be Xavier Woods being the special special guest on Kevin Owens' show. So Kevin Owens says that the signs, the graphics, the desk, and all that is all gone now. And basically Kevin Owens has 2 chairs. One's a special chair for him, and one chair is not so special for his guest. He says that he doesn't care about any of that because this is his show. His show is what he wants to be presented and everything, and that's all there's to it. So basically, he tried to close out Xavier Woods to be because he's a special guest, but he figured he was going to come out anyways because Xavier Woods was beaten down. So he decided to have an action figure of Xavier Woods instead. And I say to myself, what is this? And then he has Xavier Woods on the chair because this was Kevin Owens' plan B, where pertains to Xavier Woods not being there in person. Instead, he had an action figure looking like Xavier Woods. And then there was another action figure he brought out, which was Big E. Which with Big E, he had a cast around his left knee, which I'm assuming is the left knee side is where Big E had his knee surgery on that he just had. So Big E and Xavier Woods were there as action figures, and then he flips the chair over and said they're pieces of trash and all that. And all of a sudden, Kofi Kingston comes out. He goes after Kevin Owens in the ring. They start brawling, and Kevin Owens decides to retreat into the crowd. Kofi Kingston stands on the top rope. I mean, on the second top rope, meant to say. I mean, the second turnbuckle, meant to say. And during Kofi Kingston's daring Kevin Owens get back in the ring to fight, and that's not what happened. So it ends with Kofi Kingston standing tall and on top of the second rope, and that was it. So yeah, Kofi Kingston was basically carrying himself like he was before, before he was before he started his own New Day thing, with him being serious and everything. But I still can't buy into him, because of the colors that he's wearing of New Day. I still can't buy into that Kofi Kingston, especially with him being WWE champion right now. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, it was Bailey. So what pertains to the women's Money in the Bank, what pertains to SmackDown, you got Bailey, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon, and Carmella. And from Raw, you got Natalya, Dana Brooke, Naomi, and Alexa Bliss for the women's portion of the Money in the Bank ladder match. And there you go. And as far as SmackDown, the show from April 30th, 2019, total my wrestling of the show was 4 matches, and my overall rating of the show 4 out of 10. Wasn't that great of a show, but hey, it was better than Raw. That's all I gotta say. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. Just saying. Take care.